All right, good morning. I'm at my pad here in Arizona, and what you see on the table here is a ruck that I put together. It's got a pretty good kit in it, and I typically hike in it. At least I haven't been hiking, as we know. If you guys watched the Wonder Hussy video, and just so you guys understand, you've heard me say this enough already if you've been here. I just roll out of bed. Do I look okay? Again, no hair and makeup person. Can't afford that yet. Never gonna have that. Yeah, the day before we did a bunch of cycling, which I hadn't done in a long time, and then on that hike, we didn't just go to the side. We went to another peak, and I ran down the mountain, and I had a pack on, and that's kind of what hurt my knee. But this thing, you've seen it before on the channel. It's got the Marpat hood on it that I rigged. You can see that in other videos. And I got 2 canteens with water and a bunch of gear in here. Maybe we'll go through that. That's not what this is about. Now, if you guys know the A.L.I.C.E pack, it's just a ruck, but it's designed to work with the aluminum frame. Now, there's another pack. There's the large A.L.I.C.E pack that will only work with a frame. So I was going to put this on the frame because it's a lot more comfortable. With the frame, 30 pounds feels like nothing. It's so comfortable. It kind of takes this weight off. Obviously, you're still wearing the pack and everything else, but it just does something where it keeps the weight off your back. You got airflow, everything else. Common sense, right? Now, I had another pack. I've had a few of these packs I've bought over the years that just fall apart, and they're made in China. This was a Condor pack. Matter of fact, I cut parts off of it, and I use them for other things. I use them for gear bags and that sort of thing. Once the straps pull out or the handle pulls off, they're garbage, This is part of that Condor pack that I'm going to put some grommets in and probably mount this inside the van someplace with the molly webbing on it. I'm a scavenger, man. There's other parts in here that I kept as well. This is the back part of the pack. Again, molly straps. So I'm considering putting this by my kitchen, cutting this part of it off, the backdoor kitchen on the Astro van, and putting that in there to stick stuff in. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of throwing away useful items. Hoarder alert, hoarder alert. So I cut this off. This is the back panel. It's an internal frame, which just means it's got a plastic stiffener. And I eyeballed this with this pack, and I think we can do a hack here where we can rig this to this pack and see what it's like. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this on so you guys can see how this works. Oh, by the way, one of you were watching my watch reviews, and then you sent me an email about a watch. It was No Country for Old Men, and you asked me what the watch was, and it happened to be this watch, which is a plastic Timex watch, which I've had since I was in the service. And this thing is ticking right now, and all I did was tap it. Didn't even wind it. So it's a manual wind, pretty good watch. It's nice to have here. You can glance at it. Okay, so this is how I wear it. I like to get it as high up on my back as possible. Use the sternum straps, and boom. So you can see what's going on here. Did a little workout so far this morning too. What you can't see, I'll pan over for you. Got my pull-up bar right here, and I brought some weights over. So there's some weight behind there on the table. And anyhow, that's what I'll be doing every day that I'm here is working out. I'll be working out and doing fun stuff. So this is the pack. You can imagine, after a while, you do get used to it, believe it or not, but yeah, it's a lot of weight to be carrying around. I'm going to try rigging this right now. So what I noticed is, for those of you who want to know how it works on the regular frame, I'll kind of describe it to you first. On the regular frame, you've got these, first of all, you got these D-rings here. That's just for the strap system, okay? When you work it with the frame, you undo the strap system. So you take it off up here. You run it through itself here. You take the straps off completely, and then there's this web here, this web strap at the bottom of the pack. Try to zoom in for you here. So there's some buckles right here on either side with some webbing. You undo that. And then the idea here is this part slides up under here. And then the web strapping, you can stick through here or here. And then the straps for the pack go through these holes as well. And then you've got yourself a nice little system here, because the pad up here rests across your upper back, and then this kidney belt hits you on the small of the back here. And so you can imagine how comfortable that is. What I'm thinking is running that web strapping through here somehow, kind of rigging that. There's a bunch of clips I kept on here. If I wanted to get really, we're just going to do this as a quick thing momentarily, just to see proof of function for now. Just to see how it feels, and then I'll probably come up with a better way to rig it. Because I can sew stuff, add and take away, and all that good stuff. So let me do this. I don't need to do this on camera. We'll try to keep this video short. But basically, all I want to do is try to rig this on here for now, put the pack on, and see if that makes a difference in comfortability. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo these straps here from these metal buckles. I'm not going to do it all on camera because it's going to be a little time consuming what I have to do next. Basically, I'm going to pull these out. Okay. I'm not going to get rid of them. I'm clearly going to keep them on the pack. Just a neat way to deal with these when you're not dealing with a frame. And these metal buckles on the pack here are going to be what's important. Because on this, there's this strap here that has a Fast-X buckle on it. And I'm going to cut this. And I'm going to melt the edge. I'm going to pull the clips off. Then I'm going to use this webbing right here to run through these metal tabs that are on the A.L.I.C.E pack. I'll give you a close-up of that after I do it. I want to quickly point out to you as well that on this hard pack, this plastic here, there's areas for airflow. It's padded, but also there's a zipper here, and this is where you can put a water bladder. So now you can add a water bladder to this, and on the inside here there's a little pocket or an opening for the tube to come up. So you're greatly increasing the usability of the A.L.I.C.E pack with this idea here. So I've already cut the parts off, and I've removed one of the Fast-X buckles. I'm going to remove this other one here. And save your buckles, because if you're into modding stuff, these things come in handy. So now I can go ahead and cram this up underneath here. This is just, again, quick proof of concept. This isn't going to be rigged perfect at the moment. Just going to pull this up as tight as I can. It's a little tough because I have the straps for the Marpat hood going through this here as well. So let me run this and then put it together and then see how it feels. All right, that part is done. Cut some of this hair off of this here. Thing about nylon, you just melt it and it'll stop from fraying. Even the little parts I took off here that I cut off that have these Velcro tabs, I'm saving these. All right, why? Why am I doing that? Well, look, I can put some grommets through here, attach it to something, and use that to hold something else. Because I'm crafty that way. Let's put this on. Again, all that's happening here is it's tucked up underneath the pad, right? What you normally would have the metal frame in. That also, this goes up across your upper back, and I've attached it here at the bottom with these metal tabs that are on the A.L.I.C.E pack already. And let's see if I can get this on and see what it feels like. I'll figure out a better way to attach it if this works. But the simplicity of this is pretty nice because, as you can see, if this works, watch this. I pull this out, unzip it, put a water bladder in it, come back over here and just tuck it right up underneath there. And let's see what this feels like. Oh, and I got mosquitoes around my knees here. Come here. Trying to kill mosquitoes while I do this video. Multitasking. Ooh. Hey. We might be onto something here. Oh yeah. Okay. This is good. I can feel the weight. So you might be able to see in the video that this protrudes beyond the bottom of the pack. That's nice because it's hitting the small of my back now. See, before, you want to wear this, I like wearing these packs as high up on my back as possible. But you have this weird balance issue, especially if you're climbing over stuff. So with this, it is now transferring a little bit of the weight to the small of my back. And your back, you got your chest and your back here, and your spine naturally has a little curve to it in the back. That's pushing in on that. It feels very comfortable. To know for certain, I'd want to hike in this for a bit. So you can see here. Just for the hell of it, with the pack on. All right. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Yeah, it feels good, man. I think we have a winner here. So that's all this is. It's just a hack. So if you've got cheap packs that you've bought that were internal frame packs and they've fallen apart on you, but you love the A.L.I.C.E pack system, maybe you've got some of those, and you don't like the way they feel because they don't have an internal frame pack, an internal frame. However, you also don't want to go bulky with this. These very light aluminum, but my legs are itching from the mosquito bites. Thing about this is it distances the pack away from your back. So there's a little, you know what I'm saying? Like once you get the weight away from your body a little bit, that's out there. So it could throw you off depending on how much weight you're carrying on your back. This, being tight on my system here, on my back, feels pretty good. I like it. So we'll see how it works. I think it's a viable idea. Again, these packs that you buy from China, they're single needle stitching. I don't know what kind of thread they're using. I'm assuming it would be polyester, but it seems to fall apart quick. And instead of just throwing it away, cut them up, use the parts from those bags. The Fastex buckles are good. Sometimes the zippers are pretty good. One of the clips on the side here was in my back, and I just moved it to the side. You might be able to see it on screen right here, so that's good. We'll figure all that out. For now, for proof of concept, I think I've just proven it's a viable thing. Anyhow, as I was saying, harvest that stuff. You can cut those zippers out, pull the thread on, hold those zippers on, and use those zippers and sew them into something else as well. It's free materials. I mean, you spent the money on the pack and now you're discouraged because it fell apart, but there's usable materials in those old packs. I think this is pretty cool. It definitely feels better. There's no doubt about it. I can feel it. So that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Be good to one another. I'll catch you in the next one. There's going to be more videos like this coming just from the house here. Might give you guys a tour of it, talk about what I'm going to do. I'm not going to stay here as late as I thought I was going to. Friday and Saturday, I'll be at the duct tape drags. It's kind of southeast of Tucson, off the 10, south of the 10 there. And you guys should go if you're in the area. And you can catch me there. I'll have the van in the show car area. I paid for the ticket for that, so hopefully that'll work out. If there's enough room, if they'll let me, I might even set up my easy up kind of set up there off the van, my awning system. And I'll be hanging out there meeting some people. I'm going to go watch some drag races and hopefully meet up with Dalton. I mean, he doesn't know this yet, from Pole Barn Garage and his buddy, because I brought them some parts that are in the van, and I'll show that to you guys at the same time. And that's it for now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, be nice to one another. I'll catch you in the next one.